B-Digger starting lineup brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan, locations in Fort Morgan, Sterling, and Brush. Sydney Odell, Molly Link, Maddie Kerr, Kendall Elliott, Aurora Thomas. For Yuma, Kennedy Roth, Cody Robinson, Casey Block, Avery Whitehead, Kyle Rail. Tip is controlled by the Indians. They've got the basketball. Roth on the outside, left to Robinson. At the top, the opening tip brought to you by Buildings by Design. The experience to complete your project from start to finish. That's Whitehead with the basketball, left of the lane leaning, and we got a traveling violation already on Kylie Rail. So the first turnover just 16 seconds into the game. John Beltran back with Ron Albo in the first of two. This is the final doubleheader we'll have during the regular season. Everything else is single games from here through the remainder of the regular season. Thomas at the top for Brush on the outside right to Maddie Kerr. Dribbles to her left, right of the lane, kicks it back out on the bounce to Thomas. Thomas on the outside right, behind the three-point line to Kerr off the bounce, lobbing it down low, but that's an errant pass and a very sloppy pass intercepted by Block. Here comes Yuma the other way. Bounce pass is at the feet of Whitehead, out of bounds. We talked about rust, Ron. Certainly first 42 seconds, 3 turnovers, no shot attempts. We're right there already.
Exactly. We've got to make sure we just calm down and kind of work things out right now. Hopefully get this offense back on track for the deep B-Diggers.
Molly Link to Thomas, right of the lane on the baseline, tries to hook it up and blocked. It was blocked by Roth, but taken over there by Maddie Kerr, and then that ball is stripped away. Here comes Yuma the other way. On the right wing, little 5-footers around and no good, and that was missed by Block, but the rebound comes out to the Indians and Kylie Rail, and they will reset. Here in the lane is Robinson, all the way, scoops it up and fouled as she misses down the middle of the lane.
And Maddie Kerr on that foul, first foul of the game. Always not a good sign for Maddie this early in the game.
Well, she's a very aggressive player and certainly one of the better athletes, if not the best athlete on this Brush team, as Cody Robinson will shoot 2. Is it me, Ron, or when you come to the pit, it feels like it's 9:30 at night already?
Yeah, exactly. There's hardly any windows in here. Lights are pretty dim. Yeah, there's a little bit of sunlight you can see.
I do see something out there.
On the other side of the weight room. That's about it.
Robinson makes the free throw. Second free throw upcoming. Yuma dressed in their home whites and the B-Diggers in their maroon uniforms. This Yuma team, as I mentioned, coming off a state championship last year, but graduated their 3 best players. Second free throw, yes.
And Yuma's only got 1 senior on the team this year, and so they're going to rely on those younger girls, those juniors and seniors, or juniors and sophomores to, pick up the slack.
Yep, 1 senior, 1 freshman, and 8 sophomores and juniors combined. Thomas on the outside right to Maddie Kerr. The B-Diggers definitely have the edge and experience. Right of the lane to Elliott, double team. She's going to have to back it out or do something. Dribbles, then she fell down, and the ball goes off her leg out of bounds. And I don't know if it's a song, but things can only get better. It's 2-0. There's the long pass into Roth. Baseball pass intended for Whitehead, out of bounds.
Once again, very sloppy play to start the game off, John. 6:24 to go in the first quarter, and we've got our first time out of the game from Brush's head coach.
Yep, Kaylin Hollander. So it's brought to you by State Farm Insurance. When you're looking for someone to walk you through the insurance world, turn to the office of Greg Mullen and Brush. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call, 842-4555. This doesn't look like the first game of January. It looks like the first game of the season.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes it just depends on the time they've had off, with the winter break. And then, of course, this is kind of a weird schedule this week with the snow that we've had in the district, not having school. So kind of having to put things together and get ready to play a game is a little tough on the team right now.
Yeah, they'll get back to a regular schedule here coming up Tuesday against Liberty Common. That's going to be a very tough game. Liberty Common knocked Brush out of the Patriot League tournament a year ago. Here's Maddie Kerr at the top of the basketball. Swings it left side to Thomas. Well behind the three-point line. Dribbles to her right. She'll pull up for a 3, and that is off to the left. Hit nothing but glass. A total brick. Rail with a rebound. Feeds Robinson on the right baseline. Robinson against Kerr. Dribbles to her left. Right of the lane. Bounce pass back out to Kylie Rail. And now setting up the offense is Robinson with a left-handed dribble. Robinson, baseball pass, cross-court to Roth. Bounce pass inside, and the layup is up and missed. An easy layup, and the rebound is controlled by Maddie Rule just into the game. Casey Block had an easy one. Here is Rule, middle of the lane, and she's fouled as she drove to the basket. And Maddie Rule is good enough. She could do that all day.
Yeah, she's a great matchup for that girl underneath the basket from Yuma. It was a great feed. They had the open spot. Maddie just got there and put her hand on the ball and knocked it away.
So Block commits the foul, and the free throw by Rule is perfect. Well, Maddie was not in the starting lineup, but she got in quickly, and now we have substitutions fairly quickly. Allie Keller is into the game for Brush. So it's Keller, Link, Rule, who misses the second free throw just off the rim as Block grabs the rebound. Odell also in there, and Kendall Elliott. Here's Cody Robinson on the outside left. 5:38 to go in the opening quarter. Yuma 2, Brush 1. Robinson, left-handed dribble, left of the lane, back out to Whitehead. Whitehead pulls up from 14. It's around and good. It got rim, it got glass, it went in for Whitehead. 4-1. Yuma, Allie Keller the other way for Brush, the junior, on the outside right with the basketball. Wearing number 5 now, by the way. Right of the lane is Odell. Odell has the ball blocked out of bounds by Block.
Block number, yep.
And Keller, normally number 41, but wearing number 5 now. Bounce pass inside towards Link, and she throws up an air ball from a few feet away. And coming away with the basketball is Robinson. Chest pass right side to Roth. Roth with the basketball. Here's Whitehead. She'll take the left wing 3, and that's off the right side of the rim. And the ball is controlled there by Sydney Odell off the rebound. There's the outlet to Keller. 4:53 to go, opening quarter. Left corner, Rule dribbles to her right, pulls up 16-footer, hits the back of the rim, and the rebound is into the hands of Yuma's Kylie Rayo, her 3rd rebound. Here's a chest pass to Robinson at the top of the key now for Whitehead. Whitehead swings it left side for Robinson. Maddie Rule backing off the B-Diggers in a player-to-player, or as they say originally, man-to-man defense. On the left side, Whitehead guarded by Link, looking down low. Swings it right side to Robinson. Looks like she traveled. She did.
Yeah, she got the ball real quick, took a step, and had the ball in her hands, but did not have a bounce at all, so it was a great call as far as the referee on a travel. Haley
Unrein is in for Sydney Odell as the B-Diggers come the other way with 4:24 to go in the opening quarter. Yuma leads 4-1. Keller for Brush at the top of the basketball. Swings it right side. Elliott pulls up for a shot, and that's off the back of the rim from about 10 feet away. Rebound to Rule, and then Rule to Molly Link, and Link scores on the right baseline. Molly Link scores the first field goal for the B-Diggers in this game. Brush trails 4-3. On the outside right is Roth. Back out now to Cody Robinson. She'll retreat towards the timeline. And this is like an NBA type of scoreboard they have in Yuma. It's a beautiful scoreboard here on the outside left. Here's Roth with a long 3. That's off the back of the rim, but the long rebound into the hands of Rail. She's grabbed 4 rebounds already. 3 by Robinson is off the front of the rim. No, and the putback is up, and that is short. That's missed by Block. Allie Keller comes away with a rebound for the B-Diggers. Brush the other way with a basketball. It's Molly Link, right wing 3. Yes, Molly Link has got 5 points. Well, maybe she's going to be the spark plug here, Ron, in the opening quarter.
We need something to get her going, and that was a great shot on the part of Molly.
Here's Whitehead on the outside left, 6-4 Brush, but now it's tied at 6. Excellent pass from Whitehead to Block, and she banked it in. And now we have a timeout called by the Indians, and that's a full timeout. We'll keep it right here.
And Block, she's the big girl from Yuma right now, and she came out at that last time and was guarding Molly when Molly shot that three-pointer there, that two-pointer there. And they've got to contain her because she does a great job when she's back on defense of getting back down the court and get set up under the basketball. So we've got to make sure we get down there, we know where she's at, and get a body on her so she can't set up underneath the basket.
Well, I think hopefully things have settled down after the 3 turnovers in the first 42 seconds. But I still don't get a feel, I don't know if you do, Ron, of how this game's going to go whatsoever.
No. They've got to find that magic combination of girls that are going to be able to get out here and run the floor and get the ball passed around, set the offense up, and make some shots that count. I know a lot of times the shots they did put up, they were kind of sloppy, and of course there was no rebounding there, so we've got to make sure we start working on those fundamentals of the game and try to get things calmed down.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Because right now, both teams are struggling with a combined 7 turnovers as we are deadlocked at 6, 3:14 to go in the opening quarter. And it is Brush basketball. Here come the B-Diggers the other way. On the outside left is Maddie Rule. Rule with the basketball. At the top for Kerr, 3 in the air, is off the back of the rim, and the long rebound is grabbed by Kennedy Roth. I assume the younger sister of Peyton Roth, who was an outstanding player for years for Yuma, just graduated with that 2016 state championship team. Entry pass poked away, taken by Whitehead. On the outside right is Block. Check that, Block is the ball now. That was from Roth. Here's Whitehead, right baseline shot, good. Little 10-footer there for Avery Whitehead. She's got 6 of Yuma's 8 points. They've got the lead 8-6. Maddie Rule the other way. at the free throw line. Back up to Keller. Crossover dribble. Picks up the dribble. Swings it. Right corner for Kerr. Dribbles to her left. Bounce pass to Unrein. Unrein left wing. Rule wide open three is off to the left. And the rebound grabbed on one bounce by Kennedy Roth. 2:15 to go first quarter. Yuma 8, Brush 6. Robinson at the top of the three-point circle. Sydney Odell getting ready to check in. And Yuma about to make their first substitution of the game. Robinson bounce pass. High left to Roth. Guarded over there by Keller. At the top now for block. Right side to Whitehead. Under 2 minutes to go in the first. Here is Cody Robinson, left of the free throw line. Back out to Roth, guarded by Keller in the right corner for Whitehead. Dribbles by Rule, picked up by Link. Bounce pass to block in the lane. She's fouled. That'll be the second team foul on Brush. There were two B-diggers there.
Yeah, and, they're trying, like I said, they're trying to set up Roth underneath that basket. And the girl came and drove down the baseline. As Roth popped out, we went down and covered her. They bounced past the ball to Roth, and she went up for the basket.
Foul was committed by Allie Keller. Roth to throw it in. Lobs it over to Whitehead. 14-footer off the back of the rim straight away. And the ball is loose. It's still loose and picked up by Allie Keller. That's her second board. B-diggers can tie it with a bucket. Keller left of the lane towards the baseline. Picks up the dribble. Swings it cross court for Kerr. Now straight away for Link. She's got 5 in the opening quarter. Now the Keller 3 is off the front of the rim. And the ball is tipped by Odell into the hands of Molly Link. Link in the lane double dribbled, actually. Yeah, turnover at number 4.
Our girls are taking shots down here, but nobody's rebounding, and I think that's what Coach is trying to find out. Who is going to be able to get underneath the boards and be physical and get the ball when we are not making our shots, and we've got to find that person right now.
B-diggers are being out-rebounded 9-7, but considerably more on the offensive end. And Sarah Leafheit is into the game for Yuma on the outside right as block. Block at the top now for Robinson. Into the lane all the way. Scoops it up and in. Nice move there for Cody Robinson. The B-diggers didn't front her. It's 10-6, a minute 10 to go first quarter. Kerr in the lane. Kerr lost the ball. It's loose on the floor. And there's a tie-up between Keller and Vidi Escobar, also in for Yuma. Possession arrow to Brush. And Odell to throw it in three-quarters court is going to feed Kerr. Maddie Kerr towards the top, gets a pick from Keller, swings it left side. Here to Aurora Thomas. Back out to Keller straight away at the free throw line. Well, what's happening is that the B-diggers are stopping their dribble and they're not moving the ball around quickly here. Maddie Kerr at the top for Thomas, right of the lane. Looked like she traveled, no whistle. Odell 3 is an air ball. And Kennedy Roth has got it for Yuma. There's the outlet pass taken by Leafheit. 36 seconds to go opening quarter. Yuma 10, Brush 6. Maddie Rule getting ready to check back in. Here with the basketball is Robinson. Robinson on the outside right to Leafheit. Leafheit to Roth, left side to Robinson. 20 seconds to go. Straight away to Escobar on the high right. See how Yuma's doing it, Ron? They're just passing it around.
Yeah, when we're on offense, they're just keeping us outside the three-point line. They're not letting us get under the basket at all.
And you just talked about the rebounding. Roth misses and blocked, banks and scores. Another offensive rebound. Diggers are down by 6. There's a 3 by Keller at the buzzer. It's off to the left. And that's the end of the opening quarter. It's a 1-minute break with the score. Yuma 12, Brush 6 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Cha Beltran, Ron Albo back from Yuma High School in the first of 2. The Brush girls trail 12-6. Yuma basketball here, and they've got Yidi Escobar with a basketball. Crossover dribble on Odell. Swings it left side to Avery Whitehead. Pulls up from 13. Hit nothing but glass, and the ball is loose, and it's taken over there by Kendall Elliott. Elliott with the basketball in the front court. Long pass to Link off her hands out of bounds. And the B-diggers, who committed 4 turnovers in the opening quarter, have their first of the second. It is Link, Thomas, Rule, Odell, and Elliott for Brush. Escobar nearly traveled and did. And that is Roth Escobar along with Whitehead. And see that Leafheit is also out there, and Kylie Rail. All right, Rule to throw it in on the offensive end in the left corner for Link. Back out to Elliott. Left corner here is Maddie Rule dribbling to her right. Jump pass to Thomas straight away. Can't take that 3. Lobs it inside for Elliott. There's some miscommunication. I guess she was anticipating Elliott would break. Instead, it was intercepted. The B-diggers now with 6 turnovers. Left of the lane with a basketball, and we've got a 3-second violation. In the lane too long was Leafheit, and here comes Casey Block back into the game for Yuma. They make 3 substitutions. Allie Keller's in for Aurora Thomas, and Yuma now has 6 turnovers in the game, matching Brush's total. Allie Keller across the timeline, right of the lane, in the lane, back out to Elliott, fakes the three, steps into the lane, dribbles, and then she traveled. Yeah, that's the thing. You cannot pick up your dribble and not make a decision at that point. That's what's happening.
Yeah, it looks like they're just confused, like they don't know what they're doing with the basketball and where the girls are supposed to be on the court.
Again, it's the first game out of the break, but this is a 6-1 team. You expect a little bit better. Robinson jump pass in the right corner, and that pass is intercepted. In fact, first appearance in the game for Brianna Arvizo as Yuma throws it away. Here is Maddie Rule, jump pass, right baseline. Keller, shot is up and no good from 5 feet away, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. It's off of Brush.
Well, Sid Old will try to go up and try to, knock the ball down, so hopefully we had a chance to pick it up, but it bounced out of bounds.
Arvizo to trigger it in. Over to Robinson in the backcourt, pressured by Rule. Robinson handles the ball very nicely with the left hand. There's the jump pass, front court. Taken over there by Kylie Rayo, who grabbed 4 rebounds in the opening half. Robinson looking back at head coach Bob Rahm for instructions on the outside right to Whitehead. Lobs it down low for block against Elliott. She leans, she bangs, she misses, and then she fouls Elliott over the back. That's her second foul. Ron, you get blocked into foul trouble, this could be a different game down low.
Exactly. She's their main girl under the basket. We had 3 girls on her. They still got the ball, and she was able to turn around and put a shot up.
B-Diggers haven't scored in about 5 minutes of game time here. Sydney Odell on the outside right to Elliott. Lobs it down low for Link. We got a whistle and a foul. I think Arvizo was holding Link.
Yeah, as Molly tried to cut to the basket, you could definitely see that she could not get away as easy as she probably should have, which shows you that it should have been a hold of some sort.
Outstanding call by the official here.
Yes.
Roll to throw it in. Looking near the right corner for Odell. Bounce pass inside for Link. She backs it out to Elliott. Inside the three-point line. Straightaway shot is no good. And Casey Block grabs her 4th rebound. Looking for the outlet. Is going to find Cody Robinson. Robinson into the front court. 6:10 to go, second quarter. Yuma 12, Brush 6. On the high left, Arvizo looking down low. Lobs it towards Rail. Has it on the left baseline. Double team. And Rail tries to dribble out of traffic and does. And then tosses it straight away back to Arvizo, not a Whitehead. On the outside right to Robinson, under 6 to go in the second. Still a 6-point game in favor of the Indians. Rail in front of the B-Digger bench on the outside right. Both teams are about to make substitutions to Whitehead in the corner. There's only been 5 total fouls committed here in the first half. That's good because it speeds up the game. On the outside right to Robinson, penetrates, puts up a runner, hits nothing but the glass in the bottom of the rim, and Sydney Odell has the rebound for Brush. Odell across the timeline on the outside right, dribbling towards the corner. Feeds it down low to Link. Link turns, shoots, and misses it. Right off the bottom of the rim, Casey Block grabs her 5th rebound. And the Indians will methodically move the ball into the front court with 5:10 to go. Yuma 12, Brush 6. Robinson with a left hand. Guarded by Odell, swings it cross court for Rayo, left of the lane, in the lane, and then she's tied up, or they're going to call a foul there. Oh, they're going to call a 2-shot foul.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, she was driving, and just Kendall Elliott was right there, and she grabbed a hold of her, but
yeah, I thought
it didn't look like the ball was going up to shoot.
It was not. I mean, maybe she had the intention of doing that, but anyway, they're going to call the foul, though, on Keller. And the free throw, the left-handed free throw is good by Rayo. And Ron, we played almost 3 minutes. That was the first point of this quarter by either team. Aurora Thomas into the game for Keller. She had to be taken out because that's her second foul.
Yep.
The left-handed free throw by Rayo is in the air. That's well short. And Aurora Thomas doing a nice job of blocking out the free throw shooter. Grabs the rebound. Here's Maddie Rule. Lobs it to Thomas on the outside right. Thomas feeds it back out to Elliott. Down low for Link. Double team. Swings it cross court, but it's intercepted. Intended for Kerr. Coming the other way is Robinson. Jump pass to Roth. Roth in the lane. Puts it up and short. And the rebound and put up and in by Block.
No boxing out. Block's right there just setting. She puts it back up in the hole. Nice and easy.
Yuma now's on a 9-0 run. The B-Diggers have not scored since probably the midway point of the opening quarter. Here's Maddie Kerr into the lane. Has the shot blocked by Block. No pun intended. Kerr gets it back. Here's Link left baseline. And then the entry pass is poked away and intercepted. Boy, the B-Diggers look atrocious. They're down by 9. 4:18 to go. Coach Hollander might call a timeout next possession. Here is Robinson dribbling right by 2 defenders over to Whitehead. 3 in the corner. It's off the back of the rim. And nice rebound there. Grabbed by Rule. Looked like she was fouled. No whistle. There's the outlet. It's taken over there by Elliott. Stripped from behind, but Rule has the basketball. Rule swings it to Elliott straight away. 3:58 to go. Second quarter. Brush has not scored in this quarter. Over to Kerr. Swings it to Thomas. Wide open three. Doesn't take it. Now Molly Link lobs it inside. I don't know where that was going. I know Elliott was there, but she was well defended. Intercepted by Whitehead. Robinson with a 16-6, make it a 15-6 Yuma lead. Feeds it right corner for block. Baseball pass. Cross court to Whitehead, and she traveled. Turnover number 8 for Yuma, but the Bee Diggers have 10 and 6 in the quarter. 6 turnovers, no points.
Yeah, you're not going to win very many basketball games or very many scoring battles when you're doing that. What I don't understand right now is in games past we've watched, Kendall Elliott has been the girl under the basket, playing physical, and they've got her outside now, bringing the ball down and playing on the perimeter, which doesn't make sense to me. I know they got Molly there, but she's been a physical player when she's been underneath the basket, so I don't understand. If they want somebody to match up with block, I think that's probably not a bad person to put underneath her.
Absolutely. Well, they're getting crushed right now down low. We know that. That's essentially the assessment at this point. But without some sort, it's not just about execution. I mean, execution is one thing, but there has to be an adjustment made because we played 10 and a half minutes. Check that, 12 and a half minutes of basketball. And Brush has 6 points, and they're getting beaten on the boards as well, especially as we mentioned earlier on the offensive rebounds. Brush basketball, Maddie Kerr, along with Maddie Rule, Aurora Thomas, Kendall Elliott, and now Cameron Leffler. The shot by Kerr on the left baseline is missed. The ball is poked around and is taken away by Kennedy Roth. She lost it loose on the floor in the back court. And let's see, it's going to be off Yuma. The Bee Diggers will have it. And they'll throw it in three-quarters court to trigger it in as Rule. Over to Kerr. Kerr crossover dribble, but it went off a defender. She picks it up before it goes in the back court. Now to Maddie Rule on the outside right, straight away for Kerr. Thomas on the left wing, bounce pass to Kerr. Kerr dribbles to her left, and then she lost the ball, and it's picked up by Yuma. Here comes Rail, and then she threw it off the hands of Arvizo, intercepted by Maddie Rule. Rule the other way in the lane, left-handed layup up, and she missed it badly. Hit nothing but the glass, and there's going to be a tie-up for the rebound. If you want to call it a rebound, it's more like a mess out there.
Yeah, it's just a scrub. It's a scrum right there, like if you're looking at rugby.
And looks like the possession arrow will stay with the Bee Diggers. Sydney Odell is back in along with Aurora Thomas. But the Brush offense right now is non-existent. Because even with the defensive issues, if they had something going on offense, they'd be in the game. They're only down by 9. Rule inside to Elliott. Shot blocked from behind by Roth. Out of bounds.
Boy, Roth is physical. She's a tough girl. She's tall. She's got long arms on her, and she can just put the hammer on you.
Yeah, and apparently no body contact there. That's why you've got to direct your hand towards the basket so that doesn't happen. And Elliott had the ball way too close to the defender. The inbounds pass to Rule. Rule on the outside left for the basketball. Going to back it out to Keller. Keller behind her back at the top, picks up her dribble, swings it left side for Odell. Odell maintains the dribble, double teamed. Odell's got to get rid of it. Bounce pass to Leffler to her right, and then she threw it not out of bounds, but off a Yuma Indian. It was intended for Keller. Avery Whitehead cut her off, but could not keep it in bounds. Brush retains possession. 2:30 to go in the opening half. The Bee Diggers trail 15-6. They have not scored in the quarter. Allie Keller swings it near the right corner for Leffler. She's double teamed, and then she tried to make a jump pass, and it was intercepted by Roth. 8 turnovers in the quarter for Brush. They don't have a point. 2:15 to go. I'm telling you, they play like this on Tuesday against Liberty Common.
Well, it could be a long night.
Oh my gosh, because Liberty Common is probably better than Yuma. Here is Whitehead with the basketball. Whitehead swings it right side over to Cody Robinson. Back out now to Reagan Nolan into the game for the first time to Arvizo. Dribbling right baseline. The shot is up and around and good, and that's made by Robinson. Robinson's got 6. The Yuma Indian lead is 11. They're on an 11-0 run. 1:43 to go before the break. Maddie Rule at the top for Keller. Left to the lane. Swings it down low for Odell, but she's trapped underneath. Now her bounce pass goes through everybody out of bounds into the Yuma bench.
Well, they're doing a great job. Anytime we got the ball, we've got 2-3 girls on our girl, and there's no place for them to put that basketball. So we've got to figure out a way we've got to get that ball moving around a lot more, not hold on to it so much.
We are right at the top of the hour from Yuma. This is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Marino, and KSIR.com. Steal by Odell. She'll lay it up, and she missed it off the turnover. Rule, turns, banks, and she missed it. And then the ball's out of bounds. It's knocked off of Roth. So the Bead Diggers couldn't take advantage of the turnover, but they do have the ball, and they still are looking for their first points. Yuma's only got 5 points in the quarter.
Yep.
And Casey Block had a brief breather. She's back in. Odell to throw it in. Odell looking, swings it left corner for Rule. Guarded closely over there in the lane. Looked like there was body contact, no whistle, and then it's taken away by Yuma. There's got to be a call there. The Bead Diggers with their 10th turnover. Yeah, Reagan Nolan was all over Rule. There should have been a whistle there. Whitehead cross-court pass to Roth. We've got 1:02 to go. Second quarter. Yuma 17, Brush 6. Cody Robinson against Haley Unrein. Unrein lobs it towards Whitehead, right of the lane, back out to Roth, and she traveled. I mean, Yuma's not playing well either.
No,
7 turnovers in this quarter to go along with only 5 points. They're just less bad right now than Brush, and I hate to say that, but it's true.
Yeah, they made it count in the first quarter.
Here is Maddie Rule on the outside left on the left baseline to Odell. Odell maintains the dribble at the top now for Link. Swings it back out to Odell. 34 seconds to go. The Odell 3 is an air ball. Wow. That might be the story of the quarter offensively besides the missed layup off the turnover. And now Roth to throw it in. The only good thing that's happened this quarter is that it's gone by quickly. In fact, the entire half.
Exactly. I mean, you were talking about that earlier, and that is a plus right now.
Roth to throw it in the backcourt to Rail. Rail against Haley Unrein. Jump pass to Block. Now feeds it right side to Robinson. Lobs it down low for Whitehead. Dribbles double team. Inside to Block, and then she traveled. 8 turnovers for Yuma in the quarter. Man, this game is setting basketball back a while. 18 turnovers combined with only 5 points. 16 seconds to go in the second quarter. Maddie Rule on the outside left against Rail, dribbling to her right. Man, Yuma's making some contact here. The Bead Diggers are not getting the whistle, and then Rule threw it out of bounds, anticipating a cut, or not anticipating a cut by Sydney Odell.
It's a matter of intimidation right now. They're just trying to intimidate Brush, and they're doing a pretty good job of it.
Here's Block to Robinson. Robinson all the way, scoops it up and in off the glass, and that's going to be it for the opening half. Yuma outscored Brush, if I want to say outscored, 7-0 in the second quarter, and they now have a 19-6 lead. Let's take a 3-minute break. We're back in 3 minutes on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. It'll be Allie Keller, Maddie Rule, Molly Link, Kendall Elliott, and Sydney Odell to begin the third for Brush. Kennedy Roth, Avery Whitehead, Kylie Rail, along with Casey Block and Cody Robinson for Yuma. Yuma leads 19-6. The Bead Diggers have not scored in about 12 minutes of game time. Robinson's shot is off the top of the backboard on the right baseline, but picked up by Whitehead. Now over to Roth. They reset. At the top of the three-point circle, spinning is Robinson on Rule on the outside left. Here penetrating is Rail underneath the basket, tripped up. And I think Kendall Elliott tripped her up. And that is the case for Elliott. That's going to be her first foul. Inbounds pass from Rotho to Block. Here is Rail. Robinson, left corner for Roth. Takes the 3, and that's an air ball. Allie Keller has it for Brush. Across the timeline. Keller near the right corner. Pulls up for a 3. There you go. Bingo for the Bead Diggers and Allie Keller. Now they're down by 10. That stops a 13-0 run. It is 19-9. The Indians come the other way. Robinson with the basketball. Robinson into the lane, tries to force her way and puts it up off the back of the rim and misses. The ball is volleyballed around into the hands of Whitehead. Bounce pass towards Block, poked away by Link. There's going to be a tie-up. And possession arrow Brush, yep. Well, that's a good aggressive play there by Link.
Great defense, great defense.
Here comes Brush the other way. Keller midcourt in the right corner for Odell. Odell bounce pass. Boy, that's not a good pass, and it's intercepted by Rail. Rail with Rule to beat. Jump pass to Roth. She lays it up and in. And the Bead Diggers now are down by 12. at 21-9. Boy, you can't commit an error like that. That was too easy.
And a 2-on-1 fast break. You're going to lose that one every time.
16 turnovers for Brush, and the runner in the lane is missed by Elliott, but Maddie Rule has the rebound. Rule with her 5th rebound. Swings it down low for Odell, but she can't put up a reverse layup. She tried it and was fouled. She got lucky that she got fouled there because there were 2 Indians, and normally when you're
under the basket,
and you're Sydney Odell's stature, it's hard to even get a clean look, but nice move by Sydney. She got fouled there by Cody Robinson. Yeah, I didn't think she had a prayer to put that up and not get it blocked cleanly, but she did draw the foul, and the free throw's off to the left. Second free throw upcoming here for Odell. The Beat Diggers trail 21-9, 6:29 to go, third quarter. Second free throw, yes. And now the Beat Diggers apply the pressure in the backcourt. With the basketball is Robinson. Robinson against Odell. Jump pass, front court. That's taken over there by Block. Hands it off back over to Robinson, right in the lane. Bounce pass inside Whitehead. Banks and scores. A beautiful pass. And now Yuma leads by 13. I'm telling you, Ron, I've been impressed what I've seen here from Yuma with a couple of buckets here with that interior passing. Odell dribbles right baseline. She's double teamed. There's going to be a tie-up. Possession arrow, Yuma.
Lots of physical basketball underneath the hoop right now, so it's kind of good to see that. Brush is starting to match the intensity of Yuma finally.
Yeah, you're right. But now Yuma's starting to make some shots, which is that's unfortunate here. In the backcourt, Avery Whitehead tied up by Link. Boy, that's an excellent play. Molly Link has played some very good defense the first 2 minutes here of the second half. Possession arrow in favor of Brush. Now the Beat Diggers come the other way. Here is Allie Keller, 5:55 to go into third. Yuma 23, Brush 10. Elliott left in the lane, double team. Then her jump pass is poked away, intercepted. Here comes Rayo the other way, puts it up off the bottom of the rim and missed. Casey Block, though, grabs the rebound. And they'll reset the offense. Robinson, free throw line, back out to Whitehead. Straight away to Robinson. Approaching the 5.5-minute mark. Robinson on the outside left. Feeds it back out to Whitehead. She'll put up a long one off the back of the rim. And the ball is poked around. I think Block committed the foul. Yep, that's Block's third. You got to get her fourth, because if not, you're just not going to have a shot down low.
Yep, you're not going to. She's a physical force underneath there.
Allie Keller has the basketball for the Beat Diggers. Over to Maddie Rule. Rule on the outside right to Kerr. Inside to Link, and then Link threw it away. 19 turnovers for Brush. The other way, here's Cody Robinson. Robinson right in the lane, poked away by Odell, but taken by Block. Block into the lane. She pulls up from 5, and it's off the back of the rim. Maddie Rule has the rebound for the Beat Diggers. Here comes Brush the other way. That's her 6th rebound. Maddie Rule into the lane, all the way, runners up, and good. A little floater there for Maddie Rule. That's her first bucket.
Yes, she caught the Yuma girls just standing flat-footed that time and was able to put the basket in.
23-12, 4:40 to go. Here in the third, on the outside left is Whitehead. Whitehead looking straight away for Roth. On the high right, it's Cody Robinson. Swings it straight away for Rayo. Now to Kennedy Roth, just holding the ball, waiting for Whitehead. Whitehead straight away. On the high right now to Rayo. Rayo to her left against Keller. Bounce pass to Robinson, now to Whitehead. Dribbles left baseline, cut off by Odell. Lobs it back out to Roth. The ball's headed in the backcourt, and that'll be a violation against Yuma. And the Indians commit their 14th turnover.
Well, Brush stayed very patient that time, forced Yuma to pass the ball around. There wasn't anything open, and so they got a good break here by the ball being knocked out of bounds.
Maddie Kerr and Haley Unrein are into the game. With the basketball is Kerr on the outside left to Rule. She'll take the three. It's off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound to Rule. And we've got a whistle. That should be a foul on Yuma. It is. And the foul is committed by Cody Robinson, her second. Great job of Maddie Rule following up her shot.
Great.
And now Rule to throw it in. Lobs it left corner for Link. Back out to Unrein. Swings it back out to Kerr on the right side to Rule. Now to Kerr. She's double teamed. Overhead pass to Link. On the left baseline to Haley Unrein. Bounce pass to Kerr. Fakes the three. Steps in. Dribbles. Shoots. Misses. And she's fouled. And the foul was committed, I believe, by Robinson again. That should be her third foul. And now Maddie Kerr to the line. That's the type of aggression the Beat Diggers need.
Yep. and we've got to be able to take advantage now at the free throw line, putting these baskets in and getting us points.
Well, that free throw is missed, and the Beat Diggers are now just 2 out of 5 from the line. Second free throw is upcoming for the senior Maddie Kerr, and that one is up, and she threw that off the back of the rim. Avery Whitehead grabs the rebound for the Indians. Still an 11-point Yuma lead with 3:45 to go in the third. Roth with the basketball. Timeout Yuma called by Bob Rahm. It's a full timeout with the Beat Diggers trailing 23-12. I think you hit the nail on the head, Ron. The energy is there now for Brush, but Yuma's got that energy as well, and now the offenses, again, have gone flat here. We've had these periods where you've had these mini runs by both teams, but just nothing consistent throughout the course of the game, which is why we only have 35 points combined in 19 minutes and 16 seconds of basketball.
Yep, and definitely matching the intensity team for team. You got to do that. That's a good job. But what they've got to do is they've got to make it count now. They've got to start setting up the offense. They've got to get the ball down low and get some baskets. Maddie Rule's had a couple of three-point shots here. Those have come in handy. But we still got to be physical. We still got to get down under the basket because those are high percentage shots outside. Or inside. We want to make sure we get those high percentage shots underneath the basket.
And that's one thing that the Beat Diggers have got to be working on for the last 11 minutes and 44 seconds of this game, down 23-12. Brush has actually outscored Yuma in the quarter 6-4. So that's a small victory. It's Maddie Rule, Maddie Kerr, Molly Link, Kendall Elliott, and Sydney Odell. This is one of their better offensive lineups, yep. I would think.
And I like what they've done with Kendall Elliott. They put her down underneath and guarding block.
Robinson nails a three in the corner off the inbounds pass. The Beat Diggers fell asleep defensively. It's a 14-point lead for Yuma. Kerr bounce pass towards Rule in the corner. Rule with the basketball, back out to Rule. She'll take the three, and that's off the bottom of the backboard. However, Sydney Odell grabs the rebound for Brush. Odell then had the ball kicked by Roth. Beat Diggers will have possession of the basketball with Odell to throw it in. Man, you can't have that happen defensively. Right off the inbounds, a wide open three.
Just not being aware of where the baskets of balls on the court.
Here is Maddie Rule, bounce pass for Link in the right corner for Odell. Fake, steps in, puts up a rainbow, and that's off the back of the rim. And it's into the hands of Cody Robinson. Long pass inside to Arvizo, not a Whitehead. The rebound away from Escobar. And we're back here. Lost you here for just a second. 28-12 in favor of Yuma. The Link shot left wing is no good. Ball is rebounded by Rule. Goes back up and too strong. And Casey Block has the rebound. Here comes Yuma the other way. Left corner, Roth. Wide open three. Doesn't take it. Back out to Whitehead. As Yuma resets with a 16-point lead. And they are looking smooth right now, without a doubt. Robinson back out to Whitehead. Whitehead with the basketball in the lane. Swings it over to Robinson. Robinson all the way, penetrates, has a shot blocked by Rule, and taken away by Molly Link. Here is Elliott to check that. Odell with the basketball, back out to Link. Now Elliott straight away, 15-footer off the back of the rim. Rebound to Link. Link bounce pass to Odell, and nearly a tie-up. Nope, she's able to get out of that. Elliott has the ball from Odell, and then the shot is blocked and bounced by Whitehead.
Yeah, Whitehead was right there in Kendall Elliott's face and just slapped the ball down as she tried to go up and shoot it. Now we've got some more substitutions. We got for Brush, their Thomas is in.
Yep, and
Stratman is in.
I think that might be a player for Yuma that we haven't seen in a while. That looks like Brianna Arvizo. Yeah. She's into the game on the outside right. The Keller three is up and no good. It's short. And the strong side rebound is controlled by Kennedy Roth, her fifth. And the Yuma Indians are firm control of the game. On the outside right with the basketball is Rayo. Steps in, can't take that shot. Kicks it back out to Escobar on the outside left to Roth. Now to Escobar. And Yuma's in no hurry to shoot. Up by 16 with a minute 22 to go in the third. Kennedy Roth on the high left. Back out to Leaf Height. Now the jump pass inside. We're going to whistle. And that's a foul on Yuma. An illegal screen. Escobar commits the foul. Turnover number 15. It'll be Beat Digger basketball. Again, stuck on 6 points of the Bee Diggers in this quarter. There's Allie Keller for Brush. Keller behind her back, guarded by Escobar on the outside right to Thomas. Lobs it to Keller. Keller now to Thomas on the right wing, dribbles towards the baseline, backs it out over there to Wooliver into the game, and then kicked by Roth. Other thing I'm seeing, Ron, a lot of these passes, Bee Diggers are putting their head down.
Yeah.
You're putting the head down, so you're telegraphing exactly where you're going to throw the ball.
Yeah, it's not the fundamentals that you're used to seeing in basketball that they're used to playing.
Keller in the right corner, and Thomas backs up for a three, and that's going to be short. And the rebound into the hands of Sarah Leafheiter first. And here is Escobar. Beats it back out to Whitehead. They're just moving the ball around very casually. Escobar with 35 seconds to go.
Yep, just happy to run time off the clock.
Just feeding Escobar there. Over to Whitehead. 23 seconds to go. And there's a steal by Keller. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We have reached the end of the third quarter after what turned into a mess there. The score, Yuma 28, Brush 14. Let's take a 1 minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's head to the fourth quarter. The Yuma girls lead Brush 28-14. And the Indians have the basketball, and it's already taken away immediately by Maddie Rule. Then we have a foul. So Bee Digger basketball. The Bee Diggers were outscored 9-8 in the quarter. That foul was committed by Sarah Leafheit. It's Kerr, Odell, Rule, Keller, and Elliott for Brush. On the outside right is Kerr, straight away for Maddie Rule. Rule dribbles to her right, now feeds Kerr on the right wing. Kerr right of the free throw line, back out to Keller. Left baseline Odell, the rainbow is an air ball, but Rule picks it up and scores. Off the glass for Maddie Rule.
That was one of the few times there where they had somebody under the basket and was able to go right back up with the ball.
Well, Maddie Rule's got to take over the game for Brush. She's the best player. She's got to take over the game. 28-16, 7:20 to go. The Bee Diggers have any shot. And now Rule goes for the steal off the loose ball. And the ball is loose. It's pinballed into the hands of Allie Keller. Keller's got a 2-on-4. She's going to have to back it out. And does to Rule straight away. Little floater, 10-footer, no good. Casey Block grabs the rebound. They're just not falling for the Bee Diggers tonight. Block grabs her 10th board. We have 7 minutes to go in the game. The Bee Diggers are down by a dozen. Lob pass towards Block, and it's intercepted by Odell. Yuma's committed 3 turnovers in the quarter. Here is Kerr the other way, 15-footer. She back rimmed it. Casey Block has her 11th rebound. The Bee Diggers can simply not buy a bucket. And now Yuma to slow it down here with the dribbler at the top of the three-point circle. And Robinson, she puts up a 3, and that's going to be an air ball. Saved in by Block, but taken by Maddie Kerr. Bee Diggers the other way. Kerr on the outside left to Keller. Keller is going to fake the 3, step to her right, dribbles into the lane, puts up a shot around, and good for Allie Keller. She kind of threw it to the basket, but she scored. The Bee Diggers are down by 10, 28-18. Keller's got 7 points in the second half. And in fact, she's leading the Bee Diggers in scoring. Timeout, Yuma. That's a good timeout. A 30-second timeout by Coach Bob Rahm as the Bee Diggers trail 28-18. But because it's a low-scoring game, Brush doesn't have to score on most possessions, but they certainly have to limit Yuma because it seems that the couple of times that Brush has attempted to get back in the game, Yuma happens to make a play.
Yeah, they shut him down. What I'm liking that I'm seeing so far here is the girls are now starting to anticipate where the passes are coming from Yuma, and they're jumping in there and getting a hand out, in some places even knocking it down and intercepting. So they're keeping that intensity up there with Yuma. They've just got to make sure they kind of rise a little bit more above it and start taking advantage of shots. I like this lineup that's here. This is a good physical lineup. They're on the court. I like this setup right now.
Block, Whitehead, along with Rail, Robinson, the inbounds passer, Kennedy Roth. It's into Rail. Rail for Yuma with the basketball towards the top. Maintains the left-handed dribble against Allie Keller. Picks up the dribble. Back out on the high left to Robinson. Robinson crossover dribble on Odell towards the left baseline. There's a foul.
Sid Odell, I believe.
Yep. Sydney Odell commits her first. The Bee Diggers only have 2 team fouls. Yuma's got 6. Roth to throw it in. There's the lob into Whitehead. 15-footer straight away off the back of the rim. Rebound to block, and she misses. She gets it again, and she scores. Boy, she just powered her way, and Yuma leads by 12.
God, that inbound pass, that girl was wide open for Yuma at the top of the free throw line.
30-18, 5:37 to go, and we've got a foul on Whitehead. 1-on-1 situation. Maddie Kerr was fouled. And Maddie Rule will come back into the game.
Yep.
After she saw a brief rest. Maddie Kerr with a 1-and-1, and the free throw is in. Yuma 30, Brush 19. Second free throw is up and in and out. Avery Whitehead is fouled by Haley Unrein off the rebound. Only the 13th foul for the Beediggers. Unrein with her first. Ron, I'm not a coach. I don't pretend to coach, but if I'm down by 11, 5.5 to go, Maddie Rule has to play the remainder of the game.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind either. She's got to be in there.
They cannot take her out. She's not committed a foul.
Yep.
Here's Kylie Rayo in the backcourt. Rayo back out to Roth. Still in the backcourt to Robinson. Front court pass to Whitehead near the top. Right side to block. Penetrates. Leans. Kicks it inside. It's off the head of Cody Robinson. Taken away by Elliott. That's 4 turnovers for Yuma. The Beediggers don't have a turnover yet in the fourth quarter. Good sign for them. Here's Odell in the right corner for Keller. Keller lobs it towards the top for Elliott. Ball is poked around. There's a turnover. Cody Robinson has it for Yuma. Robinson against Link. Lays it up and in, and a foul. And Molly Link commits the foul. Robinson to the line. That's the other thing. Those transition buckets.
Yeah, they kill you.
32-19.
And Molly Link and Kendall Elliott are out now. Aurora Thomas and I believe Maddie Kerr are back in the game.
Yep. For the conventional three-point play, and the free throw by Robinson is good. Robinson's got 14 points in the game. The lead is 14. She's the difference maker. Straight away is Keller. On the right side to Kerr. Now to Thomas. Wide open three, and it's off the front of the rim. And she's a good three-point shooter, and the ball is out of bounds. It went off of Whitehead. Brush retains possession. And Maddie Rule to throw it in. And here comes Molly Link into the game for Aurora Thomas. Yeah, Thomas has had some open looks. She cannot drill the three, which is her shot. She's not scored today. Rule looking. Right corner for Keller. She'll put up the shot, and it's around and no good from three. Sydney Odo grabs the rebound. That's her fifth. Nice job by Sydney on the boards today. On the high right to Keller. Swings it cross court to Kerr. Kerr against Whitehead. Now double team. Lobs it to Odo. On the outside right to Keller. Bounce pass in the corner for Rule. Now to Keller. Had the three, didn't take it. Kerr takes the left wing three, and she back rimmed it. And the rebound into the hands of Kylie Rayo. And every shot taken is from the perimeter.
Yep, there's nothing underneath the basket.
Maddie Kerr with a steal, but then it's back into the hands of the Indians and Cody Robinson. Robinson lost it, and then Kennedy Roth was able to get in the right baseline. Cross-court pass intercepted beautifully by Maddie Rule. 4:15 to go. Brush trails 33-19. Maddie Rule across the timeline. Swings it right side. Keller wide open three. It's in and out. Good look. She just missed it. Cody Robinson grabs the rebound. That is her third board. There's the outlet to Whitehead. Whitehead along the baseline, a 2-on-1. Middle of the lane. Hop step, shoots, misses straight away. But Whitehead goes for the rebound and grabs it near the timeline. And then she's fouled by Sydney Odell. 15 foul by the Beediggers. For Odell, that's her second personal. And that's a good job of hustling there by Avery Whitehead.
Yeah, she did a great job. Got the rebound, ran the full length of the court all the way down, was able to try to set her feet and put the basket up. So you can't allow that to happen. You got to stop the ball someplace. Ideally on the side, out on the sidelines, you got to stop the ball. Can't let it run the length of the court.
Yep. Elliott and Thomas are back in. On the outside left, Rail hands it off to Whitehead. Whitehead swings it cross-court, errant pass, intercepted by Maddie Kerr. One-on-one for Kerr all the way, leans, banks, misses. Excellent defense. Kennedy Roth grabs the rebound and lobs it towards Whitehead, still in the backcourt. Whitehead double team. Jump pass is poked away by Kerr, and then Whitehead goes to the ground. I wonder if that's going to be a foul there on Maddie Kerr.
I think so. Yeah,
Maddie Kerr commits the foul.
They both hit the floor pretty hard on that one.
That's her second. You know what we have not seen in this game? Ball fakes. A lot of those jump passes are they get knocked away because there's no head fake, there's no ball fake, and that's why the offenses are well behind the defenses here in terms of execution. Nice crossover dribble into the front court for Robinson, guarded by Thomas on the outside left. Cody Robinson bodied up by Thomas. That's a good foul, or that's a good call because she was all over her there.
Yep.
17th foul committed by Brush. 1-1 for Cody Robinson. For Thomas, that's her first personal.
And Robinson, poses a lot of trouble for the girls coming down the court. She's a great ball handler. Left hand, right hand. She does a great job of moving, and so she puts a lot of pressure on our girls as she's coming up court.
High Plains Bank offers a wide variety of products that can be customized to fit your individual needs. See what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. First free throw. Swish. And the lead is 15 at 34-19. The Bay Diggers have not had a double-digit scoring quarter yet, and they've scored just 5 points in this quarter. Second free throw is no good, in and out. Maddie Rule grabs her 9th rebound. Here is Aurora Thomas in the corner. She can't even get off a shot against Rail. Here's Maddie Rule, swings it at the top for Keller. Left side for Odell. She'll take the three, and it hit nothing but the glass. And Casey Block grabs her 13th rebound of the game. Under 3 minutes to go. Yuma's got this one in control, up by 15. Vidi Escobar against Odell into the lane for Robinson. Down low for Block. Block leans and throws it off the side of the backboard. And then it's out of bounds. It's off a Brush. And Maddie Kerr's coming back in for Thomas.
Yeah, Block has taken away a lot of opportunities for Brush to score baskets or put him back up in the basket because she's been there and rebound.
If you're Yuma, I wouldn't shoot quickly at all. Robinson down low for Block. Fouled by Maddie Rule, although it looked pretty clean from here. Rule's got a little bit of a smile there. Like a sarcastic one, thinking that she didn't foul her. It looked clean from here, but the official said there was contact, and to the line is going to be Casey Block. For 2 shots here by the dominant player down low. She drills the first free throw. 35-19. And the Bee Diggers have some work to do during Monday's practice in preparation for a Tuesday game. Second free throw, man, that was beautiful. Nothing but string. Yuma now leads by 17. The three by Kerr is well off to the right. Ball is tipped out of bounds. And it's off of the Bee Diggers, and Roth to throw it in. Timeout for Brush. Brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call. 842-4555. At this point, you're down by 17 because we're getting towards my pet peeve, which you're down in the game and you start fouling, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, if it's a close game, you're down and you're running out of time, then that's one thing, because we've seen many games throughout the years that all of a sudden, for some reason, maybe not with this type of margin, maybe a little bit closer, but not much closer, we see the foul game, and rarely does that ever work for the team that's trailing.
No, it doesn't. What they've got to do with 2 minutes and 37 seconds is they got to establish some type of consistency on the offense. We've been saying it all day long, but really, right now, you don't have really any foul trouble down here with our girls, so let them play and limit your substitution and see if you can find something that you can get that is consistent and get the flow of the game going the last 2:37.
Yeah, there's way too much talent on this Brush team to play this horribly. But that's what's happening here. They're down by 17 with 2:37 to go against essentially not a brand new team, but they're fairly new.
Yeah.
I mean, Yuma beat Brush last year by 47 with a veteran squad. This will be the 5th consecutive win by Yuma over Brush in this series. Here's Cody Robinson breaking the press into the front court under 2.5 minutes to go in the game. On the outside right to Escobar against Odell. Back out to Ross. Swings it left side and over to Casey Block. Block against Elliott. Baseball pass at the top now for Robinson. Robinson against Odell. Bounce pass to Escobar. Back out to Rail. Rail nearly stripped by Keller. Picks it back up and feeds Roth. Roth against Maddie Rule.
Yuma's really in no hurry to shoot the basket. They're just going to run it around. They're going to pass it. They're going to look for a good shot.
Well, that helps their flow offensively, and the Bee Diggers defensively. Play tough defense. Don't commit the foul here. Here's Robinson. Bounce pass for Block. Poked away, and Elliott nearly had it. It's out of bounds. It stays with Yuma. But Brush right there played some of their best basketball the entire day just with that their defensive presence there. I know that Yuma wasn't taking a shot, but they were trying one there, and Elliott knocked it away.
Yes.
Roth gets it into Robinson. Now to Roth in the right corner, lobs it down low for block, dribbles, turns, and then has the ball poked away beautifully by Elliott, stolen by Rule. That's good defense by Brush. Rule in the right corner, Kerr. She'll take the three, and that's no good. It's short, and the ball is loose on the floor. Odell picks it up, gets it back out to Keller. She'll take the three. Yes! Allie Keller drills the triple. She's got 10 all in the second half. How about Odell with 6 rebounds in the game?
Yeah, the dark horse as far as rebounding goes. You never would have thought that.
36-22, blocked straight away. Had a wide open lane, but they're not looking to shoot. Now here's Cody Robinson, bounce pass on the outside right to Escobar. 1:09 to go in the game, and she nearly traveled looking for a teammate. Feeds it back out to Rail. Yuma does a nice job coming back to the basketball. Excellent defense by Keller. Forces Rail to throw it back out to Robinson. Under a minute to go. There's Odell with a foul. That'll be her 3rd foul.
But she's played solid defense all night long, and, going back to the rebounding part, nice to see her get physical and not be afraid of anybody, match the intensity and challenge and get those rebounds.
Now we have substitutions, Leaf Height and Arvizo in for Yuma. And that's the 19th foul, so 1-1 here for Cody Robinson. Robinson is 4 out of 5 from the line in the game. B-Diggers have not shot well from the line. 2 out of 6 this half. Free throws in. Yuma 37, Brush 22. 57.7 seconds to go. The boys' game coming up at the top of the hour. Robinson bends, shoots, short. Rebound, though, controlled by Leaf Height. Nope, she couldn't. It's out of bounds. Had it momentarily. And now Reagan Nolan is in for Yuma. Well, the B-Diggers do have their best quarter, but it's only 8 points. Actually, they had 8 points in the third. Let's see if they can get it to double figures. Keller, 3. That's an air ball. You can see it when it left her hand, pulled the string. Escobar's got the basketball in the backcourt, and actually that was taken away by Kayla Arvizo. And then Maddie Rule commits the foul, her 2nd. Double bonus here for Vidi Escobar with 40.7 seconds to go, and Brush down by 15. Escobar bends, shoots, and scores. First free throw is in. Second free throw coming up. And that one is off the back of the rim. Long rebound into the hands of Maddie Kerr, her 4th. Kerr into the front court at the top. Swings it right side for Odell. Right corner, Keller. 3 in the air is short. Rebound to Rule. She banks and scores. Maddie Rule has got 10 rebounds to go along with 7 points. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. And it's off of Escobar. Nice play defensively by Keller. Yuma's got 8 turnovers in the quarter, but Brush it down by 14 with 25.1 seconds to go. There's the lob into Rule straight away. She'll put up the long 3, and that's off to the left. Allie Keller trying to chase down the rebound. Can't do that. And at this point, the defense should just back off. Yes. I mean, I know you're going to play. I mean, the pressure is fine, but what are you going to do with it?
Nothing. There's too much. Not enough time left in the game. It doesn't matter at this point.
Yep. Escobar will dribble it into the front court. Now the B-Diggers do a nice job of backing off there. Escobar spins, 8 seconds to go. Now over to Nolan. Nolan against Odell. Bounce pass to Escobar. That's going to be it. She'll dribble out the clock. And the Yuma Indians will win the game by a score of 38-24. 38-24, the final score. Let's take a 3-minute break. We're back in 3 minutes on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com. B-Digger post-game show as the Lady Indians of Yuma defeat the Brush B-Diggers 38-24 is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center with 3 locations to serve you better. Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed. Mr. D's Ace Home Center. John Beltran back with Ron Albo in Yuma as the Lady Diggers lose today 38-24. Let's run through the totals. The visiting Beat Diggers got 10 points from Allie Keller all in the second half, 7 from Maddie Rule, 5 from Molly Lincoln, 1 free throw apiece from Sydney Odell and Maddie Kerr. And as for Yuma, they had 7 players in the scoring column. Cody Robinson with 15, 10 for Avery Whitehead. Casey Block had 8 to go along with 13 rebounds. And then you had 2 points from Kennedy Robb. 1 free throw from B.D. Escobar, make it 16. Cody Robinson checked at 16. 1 from B.D. Escobar and 1 from Kylie Rail. The rebounding totals. The Indians had 33, as we mentioned, 13 from Block. And the Beat Diggers had 28 rebounds, 10 of those from Maddie Rule. The Beat Diggers committed 4 fewer turnovers than Yuma, believe it or not, because Yuma had 8 turnovers in the fourth quarter. So Yuma had 24, the Beat Diggers had 20. And the Beat Diggers for the free throw line shot just 37%. They were 3 out of 8. And Yuma was 8 out of 12. Free throws really didn't play a role in this particular game. What played a role in the game is that the Beat Diggers had no answer for Casey Block. And quite frankly, Ron, even when they had open shots, they just couldn't make them.
Yeah, that was a big problem for them throughout the game. Is when they took a shot, nobody followed their shot to rebound it. We had nobody underneath the basket. And then also at the beginning of the game, just not getting in the flow of it whatsoever. Things were very slow, very rusty, and they got into a deficit in the first quarter and really were never able to come out of that. That's what kind of killed them there. If you look at the turnover battle, typically in a game, a turnover battle, if you win that, usually you're on the plus side and you're doing pretty good. But in this instance, it didn't work out in favor of Brush because on the rebound part of it, they couldn't get the baskets. They couldn't put them back up, and they couldn't rebound whenever Yuma shot the ball. Yuma did a great job of keeping us on the perimeter and didn't allow us to get underneath the basket and set up like we did early in the game.
Well, the Beat Diggers didn't take a lot of inside shots, not a lot of quality shots. Even when they had open looks, the open looks were really from the outside. Yuma had the inside looks, the Beat Diggers didn't. And Brush was out-rebounded by 5 unofficially in the game. Beat Diggers trailed 12-6 after 1. And as you mentioned, that first quarter when they struggled carried over into the second quarter when Brush was held scoreless and committed 11 turnovers. That was just a killer for the Beat Diggers. Now, they did a better job with only 5 turnovers in the second half, so they did play more disciplined basketball from that standpoint, as a 13-point halftime deficit turned into a 14-point loss. They were outscored 9-8 in the third, and then both teams scored 10 points in the fourth quarter. The Beat Diggers fall to 6-2 on the season. Yuma improves to 6-2 themselves. But, Ron, coming out of this game, you get the feeling that even though Brush is 6-2, you don't feel good about that record just because of what happened today.
No, it's not. If I'm sitting there looking at the team and I'm Coach Hollander, I'm going to probably be evaluating what's going on here. Yes, a 6-2 record's nice, but we're not playing as good as our record is showing us, and we've got to figure out how we're going to get better so that we can match that intensity come Tuesday night against Liberty Common. That by no means is going to be an easy game at all. And you said that they beat us by 45 last year?
No, that was Yuma that won. Okay. That was Yuma that won by 47. But Liberty Common handled Brush last year in the Patriot League tournament, with the winner of that game earning a chance to make it to the state tournament. The Beat Diggers didn't make it last year because they lost at the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley to Liberty Common, who was very good. Okay. And Liberty Common was not a Patriot League team last year, but they were one of those teams that enters the Patriot League tournament with a non-Patriot League schedule. But that's going to be a tough one to be played in Fort Collins on Tuesday. Yeah. All right, time for the Beat Digger Player of the Game. It's brought to you by Cargill Beef. Cargill is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continually improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at Cargill.com. All right, the player of the game for me, boy, it's really between 2 players. Allie Keller and Maddie Rule. Maddie Rule had 7 points and 10 rebounds. But considering the Beat Diggers were so bad offensively in this game, and I know that Maddie Rule is going to be player of the game throughout the course of the season. To me, she's their most talented player. We'll give it to Keller. She played some hard-nosed defense, had those 10 points, 10 of Brush's, 18 in the second half. So, and it was the better half that they played than the first half. Maddie Rule had the more balanced game, but anyway, we'll give it to Allie Keller. It kind of feels tough naming a player of the game when you lose by 14 and you don't score much, obviously, in the offensive end, but a nice job by Keller. She really at least kept the Beat Diggers at bay at certain times, even though there was really, with the way this game was going, there was no shot to win this game whatsoever for Brush. They didn't have it, as you mentioned, Ron, from the very beginning, and now they've got to regroup. And the bad thing about this is when you don't play well, tomorrow's essentially an off day, and then Monday you got practice, and you're back at it on Tuesday.
Yep.
Is that almost going to seem like another first game out of the break?
I think it's going to, and that's just the way it is this time of the year. You're going to have to adjust that. You've got to learn to make the adjustments that you can as much in practice, but sometimes those things come in a game-type situation. So we'll see how well they respond, come Tuesday night. So it'll be interesting.